Hello, kindergartners, and welcome to our new week of Word Family Book. So we have finished thinking about our vowels. We finished A, we did ack, E was ed, I was last week, we did it, right? And then this week we have A, E, I, O. O is our new vowel for this week that we're thinking about in our word work. Before we do that, if you have your IT family word book close by, or if you'd like to use mine, go for it. I realized that on Friday, I never did our underlining of our words. You probably noticed that. I got super excited about writing our $sign, and I drew it up here too, that I didn't even think, oh, I still need to do my kindergarten red, my first grade orange, if there's a second grade yellow. So we're going to need some supplies for that. If you have your IT family word book close by, or if you'd like to just follow along with me while we underline on my book, that's totally fine. If you've already done it, nice work. Okay, looking at our word family, our sentences from last week, our word was split. And our two sentences, will you split the bill with me? It is, and you decided how much the bill was. Looking at our two sentences, do you see any kindergarten words? Yeah, I'm seeing some kindergarten words too. Let's point all together. If you have yours, you can point on your book or point on the screen where mine is. What's this word? You, right? So I need my kindergarten red so I can underline you. So we have the word you, and then where's our next word? The word is the, right? I need to underline the. Our next word is the word me. You got it. Me. Two more. The words right after each other, the words are it and is, right? Underlining it and is. And then we have two orange first grade words. The first one we know so well, we've seen it so many times, W word. It's our first word in our sentences. Right? Our will word, our ill family word that we had weeks ago. Will. Underlining with orange. Nice. And the last one is a word that also starts with a W and ends with the phoneme th. What word is that? What word is this? With. Right. Also a first grade word. Okay, since I finished that, I can do my purple punctuation, which it looks like I did that already. Purple punctuation, we see the question mark and the purple period. Right. Nice work. Okay, so now that we have that done and out of the way, goodbye IT family word book. I'm not going to throw it because that wouldn't be very nice, but I'll put it over there. Now that we have that ready and done with, out of the way, we can start our new word family book. We finished I, it, A, E, I, O is our new one. So before we get started on the book, this week we are going to need today we're going to need our kindergarten red, our first grade orange, and our second grade yellow. Those are going to be the 3 grade markers we're going to need today. And of course, purple punctuation and our pencil. And I'm now looking because I don't see my space bar. My little kitten Zeke has been playing with all my tools. Just double checking. So while you're getting out those, you can also be making your word family book. We know, I already made mine. We know it's 3 pages. Fold it in half and cut along the fold. 3 pages. And then stapling together or taping or however works best for you, how you've been doing it. I'm just looking for my spacebar. And then this week, since we had Memorial Day on Monday. Oh, there we go. There's my spacebar. Spacebar. Since we had a day off on Monday, we're only going to be doing 4 words this week. So we'll have 1 extra page in our book. And you are more than welcome to fill that one in if you think of a word for our word family. You can put it on the last page at the end of the week if you would like for a challenge. Okay, so I'll get my chair out of the way here. Got it. Okay, so with my pencil, I am going to write my name at the top. So I'm writing Miss Sorensen at the top, just like I do every week. Miss Sorensen. Okay. And then I'm going to put room 103 right underneath. You can do that if you would like, but you do not have to. Okay. That means we're ready for our word family for the cover. Okay, so we said the vowel this week is O. It's a 2-letter word family. The second, we know the first letter is O. The second letter is D. Odd. Odd. It's the odd word family this week. Odd. So we need those 2 letters, O, D, in the middle of our cover. O, D. And I'm going to put my little space right here, or the little dash mark, the little straight mark, just to show that there will be letters that we put in front of the OD or our odd word family, just so that we know. Okay, and then throughout the week, same thing as we've been doing the last couple of weeks. If you would like to add a word that you can think of or that you've heard before that is a part of the odd word family, go ahead and write it on the cover. Okay. Turning to the first page and choosing first we need our pencil, writing the odd word family at the top, middle, odd, and then line across the middle. Okay, now we can choose a marker for, I'm going to choose orange, for the first letter in our odd family word. The word today is a type of fish. A type of fish. It ends in odd, and it's a 3-letter word. So something odd. This word, or this letter that we're going to be writing, can sometimes sound like another letter. So there's 2 letters that sometimes sound like the sound that this letter makes. Sometimes a K can sound like K, but this week we're using a C, right? K, A, D. Cod. Cod. Raise your hand if you've heard of a codfish before. And raise your hand if you don't think you've ever heard the name codfish before. It's okay. Codfish is usually a fish that swims at the bottom of the ocean, or a type of bottom fish. So we'll be drawing one after we finish our sentences. So cod, we need a C to start our word. Cod. Okay, we can start our sentence now. We need pencils, or pencil for you, and a spacebar ready to go. Okay, our first word is a first grade word. We've seen this word before. It's one of those the phoneme words. The phoneme or sound is at the beginning of the word. They. they. What are the first two letters that it starts with? We can start with that. Great. T-H, because we hear that the sound. T-H, and of course the T is capital because it's the first letter in our sentence. The A. Sounds like it should be an A, but the next two letters that we need are an E and a Y. The A. A. E and a Y. T-H-E-Y is the word they. This is a good word to know. It's a first grade word, and it can be used a lot in sentences. They. Ooh, next word is the word look. First grade word that we've seen quite a few times. Spacebar. Look. Look. Try and spell the word look. And then check with mine. Try and spell the word look. We've seen this a few times. Spelling the word look. Is that how you spelled it? Right. L, 2 O's, K. They look. Next word is a kindergarten word, at. Spacebar, at. They look at. Another kindergarten word, the. I can't write on this line, so I'm going to take my spacebar and go underneath and write the word the. They look at the. Next word is a first grade word, the word water. Water. Room 103, we've seen this word a lot in our science magazines. This might be a new word for some people. Water. What letter do you think water starts with? W, right. Space bar, of course, and then a. T. Right, it sounds like it would be an R, but there is a vowel before that R. It's an E. E-R. W-A-T-E-R. Water. A lot of times when you hear that at the end of a word, that phoneme, it has two letters, an E and an R. Okay, then we need a purple period because that's the end of our first sentence. Purple period. Our next word is a kindergarten word. It's the word a. A. Of course, it needs to be capitalized because it's the first letter in a sentence. A. What's that word? Cod, right. A cod. We know how to spell it because we already spelled it at the top. It's an odd family word. A cod. Remember, codfish. A cod jumps. J. What letter makes the J sound? Right, a J. Sometimes it can be a G, but it's a J for today. Jump, J. J, U, J, U. J, M. Jump. P, right? And then we need to put a S at the end. What letter is that? An S, right. A cod jumps. We put an S because that's saying it's happening right now. A cod jumps. We wouldn't say a cod jump. We could say a cod jumped with an ED at the end. That would say it happened in the past. But we're saying this is happening right now. So a cod jumps. Our next word is a kindergarten word, up. A cod jumps up. Space bar, of course. Up. kindergarten word. And a cod jumps up and here's our second grade word. The next word is the word back. B-ack. We know that ack family. B-ack. What are the three letters that make up the ack family? Right, A, C, and a K, right? B. We know we need a B first. B. And then our ack family, A, C, K. Remember, if you need more room, there's always space on the back. A cod jumps up and back. Our next word is a first grade word. D-a-w-n. Down. D. A. Right, it kind of sounds like A, like apple. It's actually an O. D-a-o. I'm going to kind of squeeze this in here. W-d-a-w-w. W. N. N. Right, and that is the end of our sentence. So we need a purple period. You got it. Okay, you can kind of fit it on there. Very close, squished on there. Okay, let's read it all together. They look at the water. A cod jumps up and back down. Okay, kindergarten red. Looking for those kindergarten words. Okay, when you have found them all, please show me with fingers how many kindergarten words you found. How many kindergarten words did you find? Did you also find this many? Great, I found 5 kindergarten words. The first word, at, the, a, up, and nice. Okay, first grade words, there's a few. The first word we said is a the sounding word. Do you remember what this word is? They, right. They is a first grade word. Has that the phoneme at the beginning. And of course, we know the second word, look. We know that's a first grade word. Our w word. What's this word again? Water. First grade word. And the very last word in our second sentence starts with a D. It's the word down. Right. Down is a first grade word too. Okay. Getting on our second grade yellow. Do you remember what word I said was the second grade yellow word? It's an ack family word. Right. Back. Back is a second grade word. Okay, let's read this one more time together. They look at the water. A cod jumps up and back down. Nice. Okay, I'm going to draw a codfish up here, and you can decide if you'd like to follow along or if you would like to draw your own codfish jumping out of the water. That is your choice. Okay, starting with your pencils, I am going to draw a slightly curvy line going up. I'll show you. It's kind of like a small, medium-sized line. I'm drawing my codfish jumping up. Codfish, slightly curvy line. They're long and skinny fish normally, a codfish. Okay, and then I'm going to draw a line that reflects this line so it looks like a mirror image. So I'm going to draw a slightly curvy line down, connecting the two corners. That is my codfish body. So he's jumping out of the water. I'm pretending this line right here that we drew earlier is the water. So he's jumping out of the water right now. Okay, the next part I'm going to draw is his tail. So the tail kind of has a slightly curvy line coming down, a very small, slightly curvy line going down. I'll show you, draw it out. Like that. It almost goes straight down because he's at an angle. And then I'm going to draw another slightly curvy line going out the other way. Reflecting again. Like that. And then I'm going to draw another line that connects those two corners. That's going to be my codfish's tail. Kind of starting to see the codfish? Right, they're a long, skinny fish. I'd give him a little eyeball. And then fish have gills. So I'm going to draw a little curvy line next to the eyeball to show his gills. Like that. That's the gill helps the fish breathe. Gill. And then fish have fins as well. They have their back fin and they have fins on the top, the bottom, the side, and codfish have a lot of fins. So we're going to start with the bottom fin is kind of like a long rectangle. I'll show you. Kind of like a long rectangle like this. Kind of looks like the bottom fin. And then there's also another bottom fin. It's a shorter rectangle right next to the longer one. Like this. Those are the bottom fins of the codfish. Now on the top, there's 3 fins. We saw down here there was 2. At the top, there are 3. So we need to make sure we have room. The first fin is kind of like a triangle above the eyeball. Okay, that one's I drew it a little too close to the nose, but that's okay. The next fin is kind of another long rectangle, just like below. And then there's another fin, just like this one, right next to the long fin, just like below. Codfish have a lot of fins. And then there's one more. On the side, I am going to draw kind of like a curvy rectangle, but it's not going to be fully closed. I'll show you. Draw a line like this. So it's kind of like a rectangle to start. We have 1 side, 2 side, 3 side, but we don't close that 4th side. There are so many fins on a codfish, aren't there? So many. Normally, this fin would be a little further back, but I wanted to make sure I had room for all of my other fins, so I drew it a little closer, but normally it would be kind of where this fin starts. Okay, and since I know he's jumping out of the water, I'm going to draw some lines behind him to show motion, to show that he's jumping out of the water. Now you can add some more details. You can add people watching the codfish jump out of the water because we know they look at the water. So you can draw some people in the background. You could draw some trees in the background, some more water, maybe some more codfish jumping. You decide, adding more detail and thinking about the setting or where this picture is taking place in your details. Okay, everyone, nice work today. Thanks for helping me finish the It Family Word book. I wanted to make sure mine was all ready and done. Okay, I will see you tomorrow for our second odd family word. Bye, everyone.